You all be wondering, how did I get here? Short story, this is just my quest of getting the best trimmer I could find in my vicinity. And this has been a long journey. Three of them, first, second, third. But I'll be explaining why I want one more than the rest. The differences are not the rest. This is quite different from these two you've seen here. This is just I use them for bowding. But you can see these two. They are the same, but one major difference that's making a big loophole is the blade. This is thicker than this, and it's not meant to be. The blade is not meant to be this thick. It's the same thing, getting the same replica. But you can see that one is thicker than the other. This is thick and this is not. This blade is not meant to be thick. Well, I'll be explaining further on why I made this modification to this particular trimmer. So stay tuned.
What's up, YouTube? So I'll be giving a mechanical review of the Oraimo Smart Trimmer 2. While I was trying to test it and go through the review, the physical review, and I was trying to go through it, unboxing video. So I wanted to dive deep and see how the whole system functions. So in this video, I'm going to cover how the whole system functions and why they function that way. So when I was going through, I was using my other trimmer as comparison to see what is the difference and what is also the similarity between this and that. Clearly, there are no much difference. They are all similar, if not for the body structure, the design. Oraimo is more focused on the design more than the attributes. My other trimmer is slim, is very slim, and this they said is ergonomic style. But my other trimmer is slim. The feature that is here that's different from like most of the trimmer I see is the smart lock. Also, this has two adjustable speed. You can change from one speed to the other. So I was going through it, and this gave me a full approval of my hypothesis, saying this is the same as my previous trimmer. This is a type C, and here you take out this side, you open this side, then you see a nut, you loosen it, then you push this out to take out this metal case. Then there's a clip here, you take them out, and you can see I had to do some adjustment. I'll be explaining why I had to do it. So yes, so when I got into the system, I opened everything and I could see that the whole system is the same as other trimmers out there. They're all the same, different designs, different company, but there's one key thing we all want, which is the functionality. Like, how efficient is the trimmer? As a barber, I'm always focused on how long am I going to use it, the whole entire lifespan. Like, how long am I also going to use it for, in a day? And how clean the cut comes out, how crispy the lineup is. That's what I'm focused more than the design, because that's what I need. I need it to work, more of the design and all the rest. The design is fine, no problem, but those are the questions I keep asking. Are they going to produce that for me? You understand? So going there, I found out that the motor is a 12 volts motor. The battery is 1200 milliamp. Then with a 3.7 volt lithium battery. They are all the same. If you go through other trimmers, shavers, they're all the same batteries. They are all the same system. They are all the same. But if you're trying to work or tweak a design, you might end up missing out or making a little bit mistake. But I'm going to dive deep on the mechanical properties of this, making it different from my other trimmer and why I choose to cut this part in this video. So let's go. So when I checked, I found out that the converter, the DC to DC converter in the system is different from my other trimmer. How did I find out? Using this for 10 to 20 minutes, the blade is hot. I'm wondering, why is my blade getting hot? just after 20 minutes of usage. I don't want a blade that gets hot that fast. My previous trimmer, I might end up 30 minutes, 1 hour, it's not hot. I just keep using it because once I just oil the trimmer the first time I want to use it, it's going to be after I'm done with the lineup, nothing else. That's when I'm going to clean them up, then disinfect, then apply my oil to make sure the lifespan is there. I've been using it for a year now. So I found out that the blade of this gets so hot. And I'm wondering, why is the blade of this getting hot faster than my previous trimmer? So the converter in here is a type of converter that we call it a step down converter. Call it a step down converter, or you call it a buck converter. What it does is it reduces the voltage. So now the speed from the motor is giving a less torque, which is this, and less torque results to more heat. That's why after 10 minutes, 20 minutes of usage, my blade is getting hot than my other trimmer. My other trimmer is using a boost converter, which increases the volt. So the speed from the motor producing the torque, here the torque is getting less, but my other trimmer, the torque is high. So here, resulting to overheating. So when I use it for like 10 to 20 minutes, the blade is going to get hot. So I have to always remind myself, like 10 to 20 minutes, keep applying oil, keep applying oil, keep applying oil. So I believe they was aware about it. That's why they created a vacuum here in the first place, a vacuum here, so air could go in to the whole system and prevent like this from getting hot. But when I was using it the first time, it wasn't really working because 10-20 minutes my blade is hot. First thing I have to do is just like I have to put the oil to make it cool. When I make it cool, I just have to, like, always switching on, switching off, switching on, switching off. If I'm not placing the blade on my client, I'm having the blade off, I'm having the whole system off. So I don't like on it like the whole process. Even when my hands are down, not on the hair, I don't have to do that. That is one. It produces less torque, resulting to overheating due to the converter inside. My other trimmer, because I brought out two of them, I opened them, I had to see what was the difference, like what was inside. That's the first I had to do, because I want this trimmer to work efficiently. Reason is that because of this blade. This is a T blade, yeah, the T liner. You can see because of this blade. This blade, it's good for the skin, it does not hurt, more zero gaps, and it has no handle for adjusting it because this is a trimmer. So I like the blade. I was fitting this blade to my other trimmer and it fits perfectly. The only reason with my other trimmer is that this spring here is just like a little bit worn out because due to falling heat, and it's just like worn out. I just fitting and it was just making some noise, which I'm totally fine with. I'm not really bothered about the noise as long as the blade is giving me what I actually want. Second thing I did was that I found out that the blade here the nut here was too tight. I found out it was too tight, so I had to like lose this a little bit so it can be like a little bit flexible. You can see be a little bit flexible. So this way it makes the blade move and glide freely, not really stuck. So I made it a little bit flexible. That's the second thing I did, like a modification to my trimmer. So for the whole converter, I did not want to change anything. I just want to go further with different reasons why the whole system function like that, bring out the mechanical review and see. I did not want to change the converter, I did not want to change the motor, I did not want to change the battery or anything because I don't want to like spoil or mess up the whole system entirely. I don't want to mess up the whole system entirely, changing the batteries, giving it like, I don't want to do that because I found out that all these trimmers and all these shavers out there, they are all running on the same application, running on the same battery, running on the same motor. But you can see that one is different from the other because of the converter. The converter giving you less torque, and that less torque resulting to overheat. And when it's giving you less torque, the blade cannot be heating the same way the one that produce high torque is heating. Because I had to like dismantle everything, figure out what was wrong with this and my other trimmer. That was one of the first one I was able to land with. Now let's move on to the second. Remember, there was a vacuum here. Now, as a barber, you always want to hit at an angle. Not like this, but an angle. So with the old design, like I said, Oraimo is like focus more on the design. So with the old design that brought out here to the side and here, it's like an obstruction for me. I did not like that because it was not making me hit at a particular angle I wanted it to go. So I have to be flexible with my wrist. It was not moving. It was not letting me place at the particular angle I wanted. So I was like, after I finished dismantling the whole system to find out what was wrong, what's the difference between this and my other trimmer, to also find out the converter, I closed them up and I just put it back to where it is. Then after some hours, I just came back. I was like, no. I was also watching the video when I was doing a review for this, and I was like, yeah, there's a difference between this and the other one, because this is not hitting like an angle to make that line up that crispy. Even if the converter is producing less torque and giving me more heat, I can work with the more heat instead of the blade not hitting as hard as I want it to. As you can see, it is zero gap, so you are not going to injure yourself. It's a trimmer, you're not going to injure yourself. You're safe, you're fine. But you want to make the blade hit as hard as it could cut, so it will make the line up more crispier, make the cut look clean, and make those areas that the blade is touching clean as possible. So when I was watching the video, I saw that this obstacle was there. This obstruction was there. I was like, this design was not meant to be there, because this is like a design of a skeleton effects, and that was like, my other trimmer is a recreation of that skeleton effects. It's not the real one. It's just a recreation I got from AliExpress. But the blade and the trimmer entirely has been working fine, working great, and this is like also a recreation of that skeleton effects. So I was like, why are you guys bringing this? Because of the design. We are not focused on the design. We are focused on how hard the blade will hit, overheating, how long the battery cell can last, and how long we can use it in a day. The efficiency, you want to know how good the trimmer is, not the design. The black and gold, it's fine. I can scratch this off and it goes. So I chopped this off, took off that part, and this can make you place at an angle. You can see, you can place at an angle, and the blade is on an angle. You'll be able to hit the hair harder, and with the blade also loosed a bit, you can see hit fine at an angle. You can be able to hit fine at an angle. Look at how the blade is. It's zero gaps. Blade is nice. So those are my two observations, my mechanical review, and where I think Oraimo could improve and do better, other than the ergonomic style, the body shape, now how we can improve efficiently the mechanical part and make people using it happy. My first trimmer was different. That I was not like expecting it to cut that crispy, but I just saw the blade structure and how the whole body was designed. Like, no, this is more like a body clipper. I use that to do my bald guideline when I'm trying to cut. It cuts fine, but not close to the skin. It doesn't take all of the hair, but it cuts fine and nice. coming to the second one, which is this. Now, I was saying the third one out there, like, you guys are not meant to produce like the third one out there, because those ones you're producing is just more like, I don't want to take all of my hair, I just want to take a little bit. Or want something that is nice, long lasting, less heat, and great cutting more crispier, the line of eating hard. And this could be the thicker for that, but it just need a little modification and it could be great. So the first thing is the converter. You work with the converter so it can produce more torque. That you can see, have solved your overheating problem. That you can solve, or that will solve your overheating problem. The blade will last long, save your overheating problem. And the second is this design, make it more more space from the blade to the body, so you'll be able to cut at a nice angle. But if you want to make it closer, you have to make this part a little bit slimmer and take the weight a little bit down a little. Just take it a little bit, then make it more slimmer here. That way you can be able to cut at an angle. You can see my hand fitting, but when that obstruction was there, my hand could not even go in, so fitting. This is the modification of my Oraimo trimmer after doing some mechanical review. So if you love this video, subscribe, like, and turn off notification. I'll be dropping more videos and doing both physical and mechanical reviews of trimmers I got. I believe and I hope Oraimo is going to improve more in the future. And yes, this is the video. And if you like my trimmer, you can say that in the comment section. So thank you guys, and I'm out. Peace.